Hello everyone and welcome back to another game. So this is going to be a short game and it's called Kyle is Famous. You can find it for free on the Steam Community tab. I personally watched Graystill play this and it looked like a fun game. He hasn't gone through all of the endings, so I want to see what I can get through. So let's start. Kyle wakes up. He is famous. Kyle is host of the most popular talk show in recent memory, Stay Up Late with Kyle. Stay Up Late with Kyle has grown in popularity quickly in the last year, and the public has noticed. Inside has called Kyle a most excellent, dumpy white man. Top Tech noted that Kyle is inspiring youth to explore STEM fields. Most other talk shows are dedicated to discussing Kyle and his personal details. Most online videos are best of clips taken from Kyle's latest broadcast. The eye of the world is upon Kyle. Tonight is Kyle's most important guest interview yet. Stay Up Late with Kyle will be featuring Rachel May. She's a kind and lovely philanthropist. Yep, that word. She's dear to the hearts of many. This interview requires preparation. Wow, I can't talk today. Kyle cracked his eyes open, knowing today is his last chance to prepare for the interview. Kyle has 30 hours left. He must choose his actions wisely. Let's start preparing. Kyle's first decision of the morning was made wisely. Should we wither away or should we exit the bed? We have to. We know we have to do wither away. Kyle decided to stay put and wither away. Kyle withered away successfully and died. Oh, shucks. Kyle is now a ghost. This does not relieve him of his responsibilities. Get out of bed anyway. Wow, we wasted 3 hours withering away. Kyle exited his bed and took a quick glance around his bedroom. You know what? Let's open the closet. Kyle opened the closet. It was dark and he could only see his hanging shirts. Kyle decided to take some time to choose the perfect outfit, knowing how important appearance is. Ooh. Let's do a suit of armor. Kyle was unsure of what exactly caused him to decide to wear his armor, but it felt like the right thing to do. After much squeezing and sweating, Kyle managed to wrap the metal suit around his dumpy self. Kyle returned to the center of his bedroom. Let's exit. Kyle walked into the small hallway that connects the rooms of his apartment together. Let's go to the kitchen. Kyle walked to the center of the kitchen. Open fridge. Kyle opened the fridge intending to find something to eat. Ew, eat crust on fridge wall? Eat the fridge. Prepare breakfast. Eat condiments. Well, he is a ghost. So let's eat the fridge. Kyle pointed his neck directly upwards and hoisted the fridge on top of his face. Somehow, miraculously, he wrapped his mouth around the vise and he started to swallow. And the noise. Is it done? Okay, that was weird. In one slow, horrible movement, the fridge slid down Kyle's throat. After many gurgles, pops, and Kyle felt relatively sure the fridge would not come back out. Kyle walked to the center of the kitchen. Let's go to the hallway. Let's leave the apartment. Kyle walked out into the middle of the long road and took a long, pondering look around him. Let's visit the downstairs neighbor. Kyle approached his downstairs neighbor's door and knocked. A middle-aged woman named Gabby answered the door. She looked at Kyle expectantly. Greet and start conversation. Good morning, neighbor, said Kyle cheerfully. Gabby looked at Kyle expectantly. Ask Gabby about Rachel. Gabby, Kyle asked, what are your true thoughts about Rachel May? Oh, Rachel, Gabby said, she's a wonderful woman. Her generous acts have inspired more good work than bad. Gabby trailed off, not meeting Kyle's eyes. After several uncomfortable minutes of silence, Kyle turned around and laughed. That was weird. Kyle walked out into the middle of the road and took a long, pondering look around him. Yeah, no one's gonna give me crap. Let's return to the bedroom. Let's sit at desk. Oh, we probably should write notes for the interview in 0 hours. Kyle wrote down his first question. Am I a mother? Is your mother a mother? Are you a mother? I mean, is your mother a mother? Kyle wrote down the second question. What are some diet tips? Beef, mash, or blended? I've ever eaten a raw egg whole. Beef, mashed, or blended. Kyle wrote down his third question. What's your funniest smile? Do you ever smile? Oh, I hate when people ask me to smile. Ugh. We gotta do the puppy one. Kyle wrote down his last question. What's your guilty pleasure? Do you feel guilty? Are you guilty? Kyle ripped his page of the notes out of the notebook and got up from the back of this. Kyle made his way over to his desk and sat down. Let's go back to his room. Kyle hurried to the set. Per normal, he ceased to be a ghost before he arrived. Wow. Sitting across from his host's chair was a glamorous woman with an air of genuinity. As Kyle approached her, Rachel looked up and smiled. Approach Rachel. Good evening, Kyle, she said, looking him in the eyes. I've been looking forward to being here, Kyle responded. I could either scream and spin in circles or answer politely. Let's answer politely. And I as well, Rachel, answered Kyle, extending his hand and greeted. You are most welcome guest. Shake hands. Okay. After a mild exchange of pleasantries, Kyle and Rachel were prompted to take their places for the broadcast. Hell yeah, I like this music. A moment after seating, the studio lights brightened and the cameras clicked on. Good evening, everyone, said Kyle, looking at the Cameron. Camera. Welcome back to Stay Up Late with Kyle, introduced Rachel. Kyle vomited all the horrible things he had eaten earlier onto the floor. Just this whole fridge. Rachel looked at Kyle, concerned, gave a couple of coughs, and decided to play it cool and keep the show running. This idiot is next to me. Kyle stopped, then vomited again, then continued with a shaky voice. Tonight, I have the pleasure of interviewing the lovely Rachel May, who needs no more introduction. Kyle mentioned to Rachel, who smiled and waved at the camera. Hello, Kyle, she said. I'm glad to be here. Well, I'm sure we'll have a lot to discuss, so we might as well drive right in, said Kyle. I'm very ready, said Rachel with a winning smile. Kyle produced the notes he had taken earlier. Ooh. I'm gonna, Is your mother a mother? So, said Kyle, my mother is my mother. My mother's mother is her mother. And my mother's mother? And many mothers have mother's mother's mother. Is your mother a mother? Rachel went to answer and stopped. I believe, she said, eventually, that I should answer yes. Kyle asked another question. Beef, mashed, or blended? A burning question from the fans, said Kyle. Beef. Do you prefer to mashed or blended? Rachel answered quickly and honestly. Mashed. And no more was said on that matter. Kyle asked another question. Are you guilty? Rachel, are you guilty? Kyle threw his questions on the floor, stood up, and pointed at her. Rachel's eye twitched slightly. Guilty of what, dear Kyle? She smiled disingenuously. Guilty, spat Kyle, of your crimes. Rachel did not answer. Her eyelids both started twitching uncontrollably. Kyle asked another question. I ran over a puppy on purpose, said Kyle. Everyone in the studio froze. Kyle spread his hands out wide. It's a joke! He started laughing from the bottom of his stomach. Nobody laughed with Kyle. Several minutes later, he stopped laughing and moved on. After reading his final question, Kyle looked up from his paper. Well, Rachel, he said, I think that's all I was planning on asking you. If that's the case, Kyle, may I ask you something in return? Asked Rachel, smiling one more time. Why exactly did you decide to wear a suit of armor today? Before Kyle could answer, the camera shut down. The broadcast was over. Kyle returned home knowing the interview had gone well. But as he lay in bed and drifted to sleep, he felt that perhaps something was still missing. Kyle prepared very well. Wow, that's good. This is a good game. Can't believe I played it that well. Let's try this again. Let's try very horribly. Kyle wakes up. He is famous. We will skip this. Kyle's first decision in the morning was made wisely. Kyle exited his bed and took a quick glance around his bedroom. Let's scavenge? Kyle quickly crouched down on the floor, realizing his immediate need for, gossip? Let's go for gossip. Kyle firmly pressed his ear into the carpet, hoping to hear some stray words from the neighbor below. I heard Rachel May is going on a trip out of the country soon. Oh, girlfriend, tell me more. Well, what I will tell you is that every night I don a mask that looks like a bug and fight misdoers. There was a stunned silence. Then a door opened. Someone exited the neighbor's apartment. That's quite enough. You know what? Let's go ask our neighbor after we have a full stomach. Let's go in the fridge again. Prepare breakfast. Eat breakfast. Yes. Okay. Let's go to our neighbors. Kyle approached his downstairs neighbor door and knocked. Oh wait, he's naked. A middle-aged woman named Gabby answered the door. She looked at Kyle unexpectedly. Consume Gabby? I'll do that next time. Good morning, neighbor, said Kyle cheerfully. Gabby looked at Kyle expectantly. Let's ask Gabby about being a vigilante. Gabby asked Kyle, are you the bug vigilante? For a moment, Gabby looked stunned, but then she realized his seriousness. Gabby nodded once. The door shut in Kyle's face. Okay. Let's return to the apartment. We're gonna stay naked, but I wanna scavenge for bugs. Kyle started to pick between the fuzz of his bedroom carpet, hoping to catch a stray beetle or two. Soon he had a small handful of various insects, dead and alive. Must save it. Kyle stashed the relay mask for later use. Okay. Kyle hurried to the set. Sitting across from his host chair was a glamorous woman with an air of genuinity. As Kyle approached her, Rachel looked up and smiled. Approach Rachel. Rachel smiled quickly turned to shrug as she realized Kyle had not put on clothes today. Kyle waved and smiled broadly. Rachel uncomfortably averted her eyes. Kyle started making his rounds around the room, greeting each crew member, none of whom looked at him directly. Just, yes, how are you? My wee-wee's out. As it became apparent that Kyle had no intention of leaving, Rachel made some excuses and exited the set. One by one, the crew followed suit. Kyle was left all alone. Aw, I didn't even get to use the bugs. Remember, kids, to dress. That was good. Okay, I think we got 2 endings. I think that's good for this episode. This is probably going to be a really short one, but I do hope you guys check out this game. It's really good. Bye.